And that win for Ferrari and Sebastian Vettel. Mario, I can say a nice win for you, because in reality all the compounds worked well and it was a great motor race from beginning to end. Lots of stuff going on, none of it tyre related, which was good. But I think perhaps most significantly you saw Ferrari win on the shaved tyre, which must have been quite satisfying for you.
Yeah, absolutely. But as we said, this modification to the thickness of the tread was made mainly for the new tarmac on 3 circuits. Unfortunately, we had no information before pre-season test. We realized that in Barcelona we had blistering on all the teams, and we had to react. And you know, it's impossible to change the product or the compounds during the year. And this is a small modification that was not affecting the balance, not affecting the performance, not changing anything other than the temperature in the bulk of the compound was working quite well. With a reduction in temperature, we avoided blister, and that was the key to have, I believe, it's my opinion obviously, but to have a great race yesterday, because it was not affected by blistering or graining or any other effect. It was pure racing.
Which is amazing, because it was pretty hot. What track temperatures did you get? What was the highest track temperature you saw?
50, more than 50 yesterday, 51, 52. That is unusual in Silverstone, with a lot of grip, with a lot of temperature in the tire. So, and don't forget, Silverstone is the circuit with the highest lateral energy. So the energy that you are putting into the tire is huge. And
well, I was going to ask you about that. What was the highest G loading you were getting, lateral G?
We are very close to 5G, but I think most important is that to give you an idea of the vertical load that is on one single tire in some of the corner. On the front left, you have 1,200 kilos, when the weight of the car is 730 kilos.
Wow.
And you have on a single tire for some seconds more than 1,200 kilos because of the downforce, the speed, the rolling of the car, and so on.
We go back to Ferrari. One thing that was also a factor, I think, maybe I'm wrong, but how bumpy the surface was because of the heat. It was very smooth when it was the new surface was first laid. Cal Crutchlow, the MotoGP rider, did some laps and said, oh, it's billiard smooth. And then the hot weather in England got worse and worse and worse, as a result of which there were a lot of undulations. And you know the feedback from the drivers from Friday, how bumpy it was. I presume then ride heights had to go up, so indeed the tyres had to work even harder then, because you had less downforce.
They had to, and obviously with the less downforce, you push the tyre on the ground in a different way. You have a risk, you take the risk of micro sliding or sliding that are increasing the surface temperature in the tyre, so generating additional temperature. It's another challenge. It was surprising to me to know that it was so bumpy, because the main reason, for example, why they resurfaced Barcelona was exactly to eliminate the bumps for motorbikes. So it was, when I heard the comments from the drivers, obviously bumps is something that you cannot see on track. It's difficult, and our engineers that were measuring the tarmac reference in the Wednesday before the race, they didn't report the bumps. And when drivers commented about the bumps, I was a bit surprised.
Well, just sticking with the winner of the race, Sebastian Vettel, who won Pirelli's 350th Grand Prix. Congratulations on that. Yeah. You made the comment after the race that his stop to go back to the soft tyre effectively won him the race. You felt it was a very good decision. Is the implication from that maybe if he hadn't, he wouldn't have won the race, or maybe that Mercedes should have done the same thing? What are we to read into that?
That's a difficult question. We saw different strategies. We saw that during the safety car, most of the cars decided to change the tire and move to, let's say, a safer situation in terms of wear and degradation because of the temperature that was in Silverstone yesterday. So I believe it was the right call for Ferrari to fit the soft and to have the opportunity, the possibility to attack in the last part of the race. That was less than 20 laps. They had the information from the first stint, because they used the soft compound for 20 laps in the first stint and used from qualifying, so tires with 23, 24 laps, and with a heavy car at the beginning of the race. So it was clear that fitting the soft compound in the last stint was the right move, in my opinion.